Yo, what's up, yo? It's Tutu. Today we got Football Explainer, every college football story too dark from Netflix to cover. Now, from just like looking at these pictures, I don't think I ever heard of any of these stories, so like I'm going into this shit blind. Maybe y'all learn too, type shit. I don't know. But let's just not waste no time and get right into it. But before that, make sure y'all like and sub. We try to like, sub, and comment. We try to hit 1,000 by the end of the year, so all that support will go a long way, type shit. So other than that, let's go now.
Penn State's Forgotten Predator, 1978. Before Jerry Sandusky ever became a household name, Penn State already had a predator hiding within its football program.
Wait,
In
what?
1978, linebacker Todd
Why can't I go
Hodney,
back, bro?
name. Penn State linebacker Todd
I hate when this
Hodney
computer
was
does
a
that shit.
member of Joe Paterno's team. On the field, he barely act. Off the field, he left scars that would last a lifetime. Hodney embarked on a violent spree of sexual assaults against women near campus.
What the
Authorities later
fuck?
described him as the most dangerous, physically imposing, and
He was the
ruthless
quarter. He was
criminal
the
they had
starting
ever
quarterback.
encountered. His victims included students, young mothers,
Like I'm looking at
and
this picture
women
right here.
just
Was he
walking
the
home
starting
at night,
quarterback?
all terrorized, while Penn State football kept rolling toward national relevance. Hodney was
Wait,
eventually expelled from the football kept rolling toward national relevance. Hodney was eventually expelled from the team, but not before dozens of women had been
you
attacked.
sick
After
ass
leaving Penn
nigga.
State, his crimes escalated. He was convicted of rape and years later of
Look
murder.
at your weird ass, bro. Like I'm not surprised you got convicted of any of these crimes. I'm not gonna lie. Look at this pic right here, bro. You look like you look like you sniff up people's fucking dresses, you weird ass nigga. What the fuck is wrong with you, bro? Oh hell no. You look like you got a foot fetish, yo. What the fuck? Weird ass nigga.
For decades, his story was buried, overshadowed by Penn State's glory, years on the field, and later by the Sandusky scandal that defined the program's darkest chapter. When ESPN revisited Hodney's
Bro, is
story
this
more
shit
than
AI,
40
bro?
years later, it
I fucking
revealed a
hate
haunting
AI vids,
truth.
bro.
The warning
Like, how
signs
lazy you gotta be to fucking talk over a video, dead ass, to not even talk over a video. It's not
had
that
been
hard,
there,
bro.
but
You
no
already
one
wrote out the
acted with
script. You
the
might as well just
urgency
say it
needed to
yourself.
stop him. The program's silence left countless victims to suffer while football marched on. Northwestern's hazing disaster, 2023. In the summer of
2023.
2023, Northwestern and University, better known for
Dude, I
academics than
can't do this
athletics,
video, bro.
found it's the center of one of college football's ugliest scandals. It started with whispers about hazing inside the Wildcats locker room, but what came out publicly painted a disturbing picture of systemic abuse. An internal investigation found a pattern of problematic conduct stretching across years.
I don't
Former
get
players
what's the point
described
of having a football team. You recruited those players and brought them in just to fucking shit on them, bro, when they get there and haze
hazing
them and shit. What
rituals
is wrong
that
with you?
included coerced sexual acts, degrading punishments, and forced nude drills.
Nigga, what? Gay ass coach. What the fuck you mean you want to see your players do the drills butt ass naked? What the fuck? So you want you want your players to fucking sit up, and then you want the fucking quarterback fucking put his hands under the center like this when the center is butt ass naked and the quarterback's butt ass naked too. What the fuck is wrong with this coach? Nah, lock this nigga up for life, bro. What the hell?
But also for how normalized they had become
Normal, ew. Oh, weird, nigga.
inside the
Nah, you got me fucked up, you damn. Nah, bro, cause and y'all actually went along with it and went to the drills naked, bro. Y'all are weird, bro. Dead ass, y'all just had y'all fucking dicks out and shit, yo. Come on, bro.
program. According to reports, some coaches allegedly signaled when hazing rituals were supposed to happen, while team leaders enforced them as a twisted rite of passage.
No
What
wonder why
began
they
as
asked, bro. Dead
tradition
ass, yo.
crossed the line into humiliation and abuse, creating a culture where young players felt
No
trapped,
wonder why
powerless
Northwestern
to
is
speak
fucking
out
dog
for
shit. No
fear
wonder why
of
they
being
ain't won nothing, bro.
ostracized. At first,
Eh,
the university tried to quietly resolve it. Head coach Pat Fitzgerald, a Northwestern legend, was handed only a 2-week suspension.
This nigga
But
should
when the
have got
graphic
arrested,
details
bro.
leaked to the press, the outrage was immediate. Within days, Fitzgerald was fired after
He needs to be
17 years as
arrested.
head coach, and Northwestern's proud football reputation was in ruins. The scandal
He
raised
wasn't
larger
arrested?
questions, too. How could such toxic behavior persist for so long in a program celebrated for discipline and academics? It became a reminder that hazing isn't confined to small time programs or obscure teams. Even elite universities can harbor a dark underbelly when
Elite universe.
accountability
All right, we going a
slips.
little too far with
Maryland's
elite
deadly
universities, yo.
workouts, 2018. In May 2018, the University of Maryland football program was shaken by a tragedy that should never have happened. During a grueling off-season conditioning session in the heat, 19-year-old offensive lineman Jordan McNair
No,
collapsed. Trainers initially treated it as simple exhaustion,
no.
but McNair wasn't just tired. He was in the early stages of heat
Y'all
stroke.
didn't
For
help him?
over an hour, his body temperature rose.
What is wrong with y'all? Y'all just saw this man collapse in the heat. Oh, he's just tired. Yeah, let's just let him lay down for a little bit. He'll get back up. He's fine. That's y'all medically trained professionals, and that's what the conclusion y'all came up with. Yeah, and I fire everyone involved, bro.
Unchecked. Investigations later revealed the staff failed to administer the most basic and life-saving treatment,
Lock him
cold
up.
water immersion.
Lock him
By the
up.
time McNair was transported to the hospital, it was too late. He died 2 weeks later from complications of heat stroke. The aftermath was damning. Reports described a toxic culture under head coach DJ Durkin, one where players were driven through punishing workouts in a climate of fear. Speaking up meant being labeled weak, and even medical
Dude, what is
distress
wrong
was
with asshole coaches like this, bro? Dead ass. Like you gonna do all this shit. Oh, you're weak and when you're tired, you weak this, you weak. Let's see your old ass get out there and do it and survive and shit. See how you feel, old ass nigga. I guarantee you couldn't do as much as they's doing. I guarantee it, bro. I hate these types of coaches too, but they always want to talk shit on you, call you weak and shit for being tired, and then they be the fat ass niggas that don't do shit athletic wise, bro. That shit always pissed me off, bro. Or that or the fucking bro. There used to be an old ass PE coach in my middle school, bro. He was always, we gotta do push ups, we gotta do this and that, this and that, this and that. We gotta run every day, we gotta run miles and stuff. That dude can barely do like 5 sets of push ups. He tried to demonstrate a push up and his face started turning all red after like three. And I'm like, bro, how are you gonna be a PE teacher, PE coach or whatever? Teaches all this shit about running and shit and can't even do a push up, bro.
taken
And he was a
seriously.
big fat
McNair's
old nigga
death
too, bro.
wasn't just tragic, it was labeled preventable. The fallout was immediate and national. Durkin was placed on leave and eventually fired.
Needs to get
Maryland's
arrested, bro.
president publicly apologized to McNair's family.
Oh,
The
I appreciate an
university
apology.
accepted
No, no, no. You gonna have to come up. You and the university gonna have to come up out of pocket, bro, and pay me some money, bro.
full responsibility and later
Pay up.
reached a $3.5 million settlement with his parents. But the deeper impact was bigger than Maryland. The incident forced college football to re examine its training practices. The NCAA and athletic programs
All it
across the
took was for that
country
coach and those training
implemented
staffs to
stricter
be
workout
competent at their
protocols,
jobs, bro, and this dude would
emphasizing
still be
player
alive, bro.
safety
Rest in
and
peace.
medical oversight. By the way, I'm going to be posting a lot here, so it would mean a lot
Nigga,
if you
get to the
2010.
vid,
On
bro.
October 27th, 2010, Notre Dame suffered a tragedy that had nothing to do with the field itself, but everything to do with the choices surrounding football. Declan Sullivan was a 20-year-old student videographer tasked with filming football practice. On that day, winds in South Bend were
Did
dangerously
this dude
high,
blow away?
gusting over 50 miles per
No
hour.
way.
Despite weather warnings, Sullivan was sent up on a scissor lift above the practice field
No,
to
and
get
that shit blew the fucking shit over. No, no way.
over-the-air
No.
shots. As practice went on, the lift swayed violently. Sullivan tweeted from his phone, clearly terrified. I guess I've lived long enough. This is terrifying. Minutes later,
You,
the lift toppled. Sullivan
bro, I would have got off. What's forcing me to stay up there? I don't give a fuck about the school and the grade and shit that much to risk my life for some damn pictures of football practice, bro. Y'all got me fucked up, yo. Nah, what was nah dead ass, bro. I would have got down. You got me missed. I wouldn't have went up in the first place, bro. I genuinely don't care about the shot that much, bro. To risk my life for it, yo. Rest in peace, though, bro. Like if it obviously was that serious to him, though.
was killed
Damn,
when it crashed to the ground. Investigations afterward found Notre Dame had ignored repeated warnings about the high winds. There were
bro.
no safety.
I swear to God, bro. Shit like this comes up every single video, bro. Like I've said it. Every single death video I've watched, bro. Multiple deaths has come from people not doing their shit, not doing their job, and then just fucking completely ignoring shit or something like that. Like every single time. It happened with the last dude too. It's happened with this dude. It happened with other people I watched. Like Like, people just don't do maintenance work, don't keep up with their shit, don't pay attention, and don't and just ignore shit, and then just think this shit's like they just think shit just isn't gonna happen. Like you just think these safety precautions and shit are just put there for no reason. No, they're put there
measures
for a
in
reason,
place
to
to
protect
prevent a
people.
student worker from being put in such danger. The state of Indiana fined the university for safety violations, and the decision making of head coach Brian Kelly and other administrators
Wait, is that what they mean by when they always say Brian Kelly killed the kid because they made him go up there? Or did he kill somebody else too? Is that genuinely what they're talking about? Oh no, yo, that is what they're talking about. Yo, oh, always seen like shit. If everybody's saying Brian Kelly killed the kid, Brian Kelly killed the kid. I never knew what they was talking about. Oh, I knew it. I didn't know like this was the actual thing. Like that's crazy, bro.
The university eventually reached a settlement with Sullivan's family, but the damage was irreversible. His death was not the result of a violent hit or an on-field
It's
accident.
called some
It
people
was the
being fucking
result of
stupid, bro.
negligence, a choice to prioritize practice footage over basic safety. The Seaberg suicide at Notre Dame, 2010.
Back to back
Just
Notre Dame,
the
yo.
Seaberg suicide at Notre Dame, 2010. Just weeks after Declan Sullivan's death, Notre Dame faced another tragedy.
Weeks. This is the same. What the fuck is going on in Notre Dame, bro? No,
Tied
shut down this school
to its
immediately.
football
Fuck Notre
program,
Dame, by the
one
way,
that
too.
raised even deeper
Go SC,
questions
bro.
about
Trojans
how
on
the
top,
school
nigga. Y'all got so damn lucky last week. Y'all are lucky that Lincoln Riley's a fucking brain dead ass play caller sometimes, bro.
protected its athletes versus how it raised even deeper questions about how the school protected its athletes versus how it protected its students. Elizabeth Lizzie Seaberg was a 19-year-old student at nearby St. Mary's College. In August 2010, she reported to campus police that she had been sexually assaulted by a Notre Dame football
They ain't do
player.
shit
The
about it, right?
days that followed were filled with fear. Seaberg received threatening text messages from another player, warning her not to pursue the complaint. Don't do anything you would regret. 10 days later, Lizzie Seaberg died by suicide.
Rest
The
in
handling
peace,
of the
bro.
case
No.
drew immediate
Charge fucking everyone involved, bro. Especially charge the nigga that sexually did the sexual assault in the first place, and then charge the other nigga that was like, if you do something, we're gonna come back for you, and charge the nigga who was threatening her if she pressed charges and shit, yo. Charge both of these niggas, lock them both up for life, bro, because that's basically murder at that point.
outrage. Campus police didn't interview the accused player until 15 days after Lizzie filed her report and 5 days after her death. No
Nah, see, bro, this is the problem with fucking big ass schools like this, bro. And not even they just fucking they dick suck the athletes, and like the athletes can never do no wrong, bro. This shit crazy. Let a non-athlete do this, bro. They getting like let a non-athlete do this. They're getting like fucked up immediately as they should, but like it should be both ways. Like if you do something wrong, you should be charged for it immediately, like no matter what.
no charges were filed. Her parents later said they felt shut out by the university and misled about the progress of the investigation. To many observers, it looked like Notre Dame had prioritized protecting its football program over the life of a young woman.
Yeah, a
The
woman
tragedy
died,
became a
bro, and y'all
rallying
going
point in
and y'all protecting a
conversations
football
about
player
how
over this.
universities address sexual assault, especially when athletes are involved. The imbalance of power, the delays in investigation, and the lack of transparency all left the impression of a system stacked against victims. The
This is
Booster
why the
from
this is why the
Hell,
justice is all
Miami's
fucked up,
Nevin
bro. Dead
Shapiro,
ass.
2011. Few scandals in college football ever reached the level of salacious detail that came out of Miami in 2011. At the center of it all was Nevin Shapiro, a flashy South Florida businessman who ran a $930 million Ponzi scheme. While defrauding investors, he was also funneling millions into the Hurricanes football program as its self-proclaimed biggest booster. For nearly a decade, Shapiro provided Miami players with everything NCAA rules forbade:
So
cash
this nigga
handouts,
was
night
scamming hella investors just to put that money into Miami. Out of all things, you're putting that money into Miami football team, nigga. You're not even buying shit for yourself. You're not, nigga. You better man than me. Like, at least if you're gonna do that Ponzi scheme, at least like buy shit to upgrade your life and fucking prioritize you. The fuck Miami did
Club
to you,
tabs,
bruh?
yacht parties, luxury hotel suites, jewelry, and even prostitutes. He once bragged about paying for an abortion for a player's girlfriend. According to Shapiro, as many as 72 players received improper benefits from him during the 2000s. He turned Miami's
But
nightlife
notice how
into an
you notice how
extension of
only
the
Reggie
program,
Bush got his
with
Heisman taken
VIP
away for that,
sections
even
at
though
clubs
everybody else
reserved
was
for
doing
his
it too.
players, stocked with champagne and attention. Players drove cars financed by Shapiro, stayed in his mansions, and lived like celebrities. To him, it wasn't just support, it was access. He wanted to be in the locker room, on the sidelines, and part of the Hurricanes' swagger. When his Ponzi scheme collapsed, Shapiro was sentenced to
That's
20
it?
years in federal prison. From behind bars, he turned whistleblower, airing every detail of his decade-long relationship with Miami football. The NCAA launched an investigation, and while they couldn't prove every allegation, the damage was done. Miami imposed self-sanctions, including 2 bowl bans, and lost scholarships. The Hurricanes' reputation, once defined by dominance, became tainted by corruption. The Nevin Shapiro saga wasn't just a case of a rogue booster. It was a reminder of how easily the hunger for money, influence, and success can corrupt a program. Auburn players gunned down.
What?
2012. On June 9th, 2012, Auburn University was rocked by a tragedy that left the football community stunned. At
Wait.
an off-campus pool party near the school, an argument
No.
escalated
Bro,
into a
how do
shooting
you
that claimed the lives of 2 former Auburn
how
players.
do bro, I never understood how you can get so mad at a party that you're gonna shoot and kill somebody, bro. Cause like what? Cause most of those people there you probably just met. So like how can you get into one simple argument with somebody and want to kill them after that, bro? I could never understand that, bro. After one argument, bro, like you really you really have that like you really that big of a bitch? You can't take one little argument and shit, bro? Like your ego's really hurt that bad that you gotta pull a gun and shoot somebody, bro, over an argument or over a party? This shit's crazy, bro. That's why I don't fuck with parties and shit like that, bro. Cause like you never know what people got going on and shit, yo. That's why I love just chilling here by myself. I like not by myself, but like I love just like chilling in the rooms with a couple friends rather than go to parties and shit,
And
bro. Dead
injured a
ass, a
current
hundred
one.
percent.
Ladarius Phillips and Ed Christian, both former Auburn linemen, were killed, while Eric
Ah,
Mack, a current offensive lineman, was critically wounded but survived. The
rest in
shooter, a
peace, bro.
22-year-old man with a violent history, opened fire after a dispute that
Like
reportedly started over
you're
a
gonna
woman.
shoot somebody at a party over over an argument about a girl, bro?
Witnesses
Over
described
a
the scene as
girl, dog?
chaotic, with dozens of
There's
students
plenty
fleeing for
other ones
cover
around
as
campus,
shots
yo.
rang
Like
out. The suspect fled and sparked a manhunt that lasted
there's
several days
there's
before he
about
surrendered to police. He
six
was
thousand
later
other women on
convicted
that
of
campus,
capital
bro.
murder and sentenced to life in prison.
Good,
The
you
murders sent
dumbass
shockwaves
nigga.
through Auburn, a school still basking in the glow of its 2010 national championship. Candlelight vigils
Rest
drew
in peace,
thousands,
bro.
with coaches and teammates struggling to process how their community could lose young men so suddenly to senseless violence. The Marshall Plane Crash, 1970. On November 14th, 1970, college football suffered its darkest day. Marshall University's football team had just played an away game at East Carolina and was flying home to Huntington, West Virginia. On board the chartered Southern Airways DC-9 were 75 people: players, coaches, staff, boosters, and flight crew. As the plane approached Tri-State
No.
Airport on a rainy, foggy night, it clipped trees just short of the
Damn,
runway. The
bro.
aircraft slammed into a
No.
hillside and
No, dude.
exploded.
I'd be damned. Oh, no. I'd be damned if I was on that plane, bro. And the reason my shit just crashed is because we clipped a little ass tree. Oh, fuck no. Oh, could you imagine the way you go out is because you clipped a random tree with that in that big ass plane out of anywhere you could have been in the sky, bro. Oh my God. And the fact that that little ass tree could take that kid is that's crazy, bro.
Single person on board was killed.
Rest in
Among
peace,
the dead
bro.
were 36 Marshall players, 9 coaches, 25 boosters, and 5 crew members.
Rest in
The crash
peace.
devastated Huntington. Families lost sons, fathers, and brothers all at once. The entire core of the Marshall football program was wiped out. University
Yeah,
officials
so
even
like what even
considered
happened? I
shutting
was
the
about to say
program
what happened
down
after they shut it
altogether.
down.
The grief was that overwhelming, but in the end, Marshall chose to rebuild. With the help of students, walk-ons, and transfers from other schools, the Thundering Herd fielded a team the following
The
season.
following
Though they
season is
struggled on the
crazy.
field for years afterward, the decision to keep playing became a symbol of resilience. The tragedy was later memorialized in the film We Are Marshall, but no movie can fully capture the pain of an entire
Ain't this
team
video
and
titled what
community
Netflix
gone in an
doesn't want to talk
instant.
about or
The
cover, but there's a
1970
movie made
Marshall
about
plane
it?
crash remains perhaps the most haunting moment in college football history, a story of unthinkable loss, and of a university and town that somehow found a way
That
to
shit's crazy.
carry on.
RIP to all those
UVA
young men on
shooting on
board, bro. That
campus,
ass.
2022. On November 13th, 2022,
Bro,
the
how do I
University of
miss all these,
Virginia
bro?
experienced one of the darkest
Was he a
tragedies in
player that
college
shot up
football
the school?
history.
No
A
way.
group of students, including several football players, were returning to campus
Oh, I
on a
thought they was about
charter
to say the
bus
shooters
after a
was the
class
football
trip.
players, bro.
What should have been an ordinary Sunday night turned into horror. A former UVA player, also a student at the university, allegedly opened fire on the bus. 3 football players, Lavelle Davis
The
Jr.,
fuck you
Devin
shooting at your
Chandler,
former
and
teammates
Deshaun
for, bro? You
Perry,
was
were
mad you
killed.
lost your
2
spot,
other
you got kicked
students
off
were
the team or
wounded.
some
The
shit?
attack was sudden and shocking, leaving their teammates and classmates traumatized.
Yeah, nah, bro.
The shooter
Imagine,
fled,
imagine,
sparking
imagine, imagine being that big of a fucking loser that you're so. Imagine being that big of a loser and that ass at football that you're so ass that you get kicked off the team and lose your spot and shit, so that you spin back and start shooting at the coaches and players and shit. Yeah, you're a fucking loser, my nigga. Dead ass, bro. That's why you're in prison now, nigga. Now you gonna take it in the ass rather than being ass at football,
a
nigga.
tense 12-hour campus lockdown while police searched for him. He was eventually arrested the following morning, but by then, the Charlottesville community was in mourning. Candlelight vigils drew thousands of people. Teammates, coaches, and family members spoke of the 3 victims not just as athletes,
Rest
but
in
as
peace,
beloved
bro.
sons, brothers, and friends. In the weeks that followed, details emerged that the shooter had been on UVA's radar for prior behavioral and weapon-related issues. That only deepened the sense of frustration and disbelief. How could warning signs have been missed? And how
Because
could
people
such
don't
violence
care, bro.
erupt
Like
within a close-knit
shit,
team
shit could get
environment?
avoided
The
easily if
remainder of
people actually
Virginia's
cared and
football
did their
season
jobs,
was
bro. That's my
canceled, an
saying. Keep
acknowledgement that
saying
there
it,
were
nigga.
bigger
I'm gonna
things
keep
than
on
games
saying
to
it
be
until something
addressed.
happens, bro.
The
But nothing is
university
sadly gonna
instead
happen about
turned
it.
its focus
Because
toward
niggas don't
grieving,
care.
honoring the players' legacies, and healing as a community.